Somewhere out there, inside a handful of old boxes, dusty drawers, or even in your loose change right now, there might be a dirty, worn out the 1976-era Bicentennial quarter dollar that looks like nothing special, but could secretly be worth $125,000 to $500,000, or even a jaw-dropping $2 million. This is the coin that has stunned collectors, shocked auction houses, and turned ordinary people into overnight millionaires. And today, I'm going to show you exactly which rare 1976-era quarters are worth life-changing money. Watch till the end, you cannot miss this. The birth of the Bicentennial quarter. To understand why the 1976 Bicentennial quarter is so special, we need to go back to 1976, the year America celebrated its 200th birthday. Known as the Bicentennial, the U.S. Mint wanted something iconic, something instantly recognizable, something that would mark this moment in history. So for the first and only time ever, they changed the quarter's design. The obverse still featured George Washington. Why some dirty old 1976 quarters are worth AF, and most Bicentennial quarters are worth only 25 cents. But a very few contain mint mistakes so dramatic, so rare, so impossible to duplicate that they now sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. What makes these old dirty coins valuable? Authentic mint errors. Real mint errors happen inside the mint, not after the coin enters circulation. Collectors and grading companies like PCGS and NGC pay huge premiums for genuine errors. Bicentennial. Demand. The Bicentennial design is one of the most loved U.S. coin designs ever created. That alone adds a collector premium. Low survival rates. Most error coins were spent, lost, or worn out. A rare few survived, often found today in ugly, dirty, or worn condition, yet still worth big money because error coins do not need to be beautiful to be valuable. Combine rarity, historical importance, and intense demand, and you get auction results from $125,000 to $350,000 and $500,000. The most valuable 1976 Bicentennial errors. Now this is where the real money begins. Let's break down the most sought-after error types that can turn a dirty old quarter into a life-changing treasure. Double strike error. This is one of the most dramatic errors ever seen on a Bicentennial quarter. Value $150,000 to $500,000. Mated pair error. Collectors call this a mated pair, and Bicentennial mated pairs are insanely rare. Value range $200,000 to $450,000, depending on clarity and survival. Missing clad layer error. Sometimes those outer layers were improperly bonded, causing one side of the coin to be missing its clad layer. Value $125,000 to $140,000. Deep die cap error. Die caps are legendary among collectors because they are visually dramatic and extremely rare. Value $150,000 to $250,000. Struck through error. Sometimes dirt, wire, metal shavings, cloth, or even tools got between the die and the blank planchet. Value $25,000 to $125,000. How to identify a rare 1976 error in your pocket change. Here is exactly what to look for when checking old dirty Bicentennial quarters. Weight test. And normal Bicentennial quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If yours weighs more or less, you might have off metal strike, big money. Missing clad layer. Experimental planchet use. A digital scale. This step alone can save you or make you thousands. Edge test. Look at the coin's edge. Solid silver looking edge. Possible wrong planchet. Copper core showing normal one side. Pure copper. Missing clad layer. Visual design errors. Look for double images, doubling, stretched designs, off center strikes, distorted drummer boy, thick or uneven rim, strange shapes, or pressed markings. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. Flip the coin over. Compare both sides. Are they aligned? Is one much lighter in color? Is one side missing details? These are signs of high-value errors. Real auction values. Confirmed sales. Collectors and auction houses have recorded several monster sales. Double strike Bicentennial quarter $350,000. Silver planchet error $450,000 plus. Wrong planchet Bicentennial quarter over $1.20 million. Major broad strike $150,000. Mated pair $200,000 to $450,000. Missing clad layer $125,000. These are real numbers, and the demand keeps rising every year. Why old dirty coins are often the most valuable. Believe it or not, many of the most expensive error coins ever found were discovered in dirty jars, rusty tin boxes, old bags, forgotten collections. Why? Because people never examined them. They were tossed aside and ignored for decades, which is how they survived. A dirty coin can still be worth $50,000 to $100,000 and 300,000 or over 1 million. Do not clean them. Cleaning destroys value. Just store them safely and get them graded. How to sell a rare bicentennial quarter for maximum value. If you think you've found something valuable, do not clean the coin. Cleaning removes metal and kills value, sometimes by 80%. Photograph both sides in good light. Submit to a grading company. NGCs. They verify the error and officially grade the coin. Sell through an auction house. Major coins should be sold through Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, Great Collections, Legend Rare Coin Auctions. This is where the 6-figure and 7-figure buyers. Final thoughts. And there you have it, the truth behind the rarest and most valuable 1976 bicentennial quarter errors ever discovered. A coin you might find dirty, dull, worn out, or sitting forgotten for decades. So check every old coin. Check every drawer, every jar, every dusty storage box, because you never know, your bicentennial quarter could be the next $1 million discovery. If you want more videos about rare coins worth big money,